Welcome, guys. Yes, I'm in the library today, not in the ready room with the all cars behind me. I'm here, and that's gonna have to be good. Okay, you're not gonna fit up there. Go lay down. No, go lay down in the bed. In the bed. Go lay down. Lay down in the bed. You're not gonna fit in the chair. Lola's already in the chair. Bloody dogs. Anyway, welcome, guys. Lazy Panda is here. Bunch of squares. That's us. That's all of us. Welcome, Lazy Panda, to the live. Yeah, we're gonna wait till some people get in, and then we'll start chatting about it. Oh, look, Mark Lawrence is here. Hey, Cap. Hey, Mark. How's it going? Good to see you. Glad you could make it. Precious, you look pathetic. There's not enough room in the chair for both of you. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to lay in the bed with Dot. You can't come up here. No. He's a little too big. Sorry. Anyway, Mark is here. And Lawrence is packing up for a trip. Mark, where are you going? Where are you going, buddy? What's up? Mark says hi. Hi, Precious. Wanna come get on camera? Come here. Come up. Come up. Say hi to everybody. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. No. Okay. Going south of the border. Nice. I'll enjoy. Shape War. How attractive did you think Ollie was? I thought she was pretty attractive, honestly. Yeah. Joseph Barbado, this one was a miss for me. It wasn't bad, but it did nothing really. It was meh. 100% my thoughts on it. As far as Lower Decks goes, it was good. It was a good Lower Decks episode. All Lower Decks episodes are good. Let's be honest. It was just missing something special. It didn't have any kind of gusto, any kind of tie-in with the interdimensional rifts, really. They talked about alternate Boimler, of course, but that was it. So it was missing something. Lower Decks is weird because you have to compare Lower Decks to Lower Decks, right? All Lower Decks episodes are good episodes of Star Trek. But as I said in our review that we filmed earlier, which you'll see tomorrow, is this one felt like a mid-season TNG episode. Out of 26 episodes of like season 3, I could see this being episode like 14. You know, a good episode, kind of some Boimler and Tiana character moments. But other than that, it was nothing super special, really. If you know what I mean. But it's still really good Star Trek and better than most episodes of Discovery. So it's a tough one. And with this being the final season and only 10 episodes, I expected something a little more from this. But so, Joseph, I totally agree with you. Totally on board. Grant McGregor said it did end on a really good joke. What, the Medusa thing? Which joke? Joseph, we are usually in sync with our thoughts, Cap. Great minds think alike, and fools seldom differ. Take from that what you will. I mean, it's a joke being copy. Oh, yes. Yes, don't be yourself. Copy someone better than you. No, that's not what we're taking away from this. Yeah, that was kind of funny. Phoenix Gundam, same. It did have a small mid-season episode vibe. Yeah, absolutely. It absolutely did. Still a good story, and it's a tale as old as time, let's be honest. Rival warring factions, two of their, children fall in love and it unifies them and da 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 da. It's 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 a it's something that will work in every instance, right? It's a good story. It's a good story element, structure, trope. I don't know what to call it. Um, but yeah, Mark Hansen, it was flipping okay, but a bit flipping mid-level episode, I guess. What the flip? Yeah. Lapiridon. So, was this episode more a cube or a sphere for you? Probably more of a cube. Orlandian Productions. I do like the little detail of Laurel's faintly glowing. I know it's a minor detail, but it was still cool. Yeah, I like that it's like how she describes it. It's inherited. She can't do anything about it, and it's what did she say? A, something construct. Phoenix Gundam. I didn't know why they didn't call Ali part Poloxian. That is the official name of Apollo species, I think, from a novel. Oh, well, there you go. Friggin' novels messing everything up or making it better, one or the other. Yeah, I like that tie-in, and I like how Mariner's like, didn't Kirk kick their asses to go back to the wind or something? That part was good. Like I wish they would have delved a little more into that. I would have loved to have seen Ollie earlier. Like she would have made a good addition. Oh my god, to the lower deckers. Let's be honest. Um. So yeah, Joseph Barbado, Boimler with the lightning bolt in his ass was funny. Yeah, the Tiana stuff was kind of funny. I'm just gonna speak her language. Language. What? Cation? No, swearing. I don't think that's a good idea. I thought that was kind of hilarious, honestly. Um, what the fuck did you call me? Yeah, and I love Rutherford too. It's like, are you sure that's gonna work? Maybe the alternate universe Tiana is just a little bit nicer. I love that the flame-like bulb you have. I love that flame-like bulb you have here in the library, Cap. Well, thank you. Yes, it does have a couple different flicker settings as well. Yeah, I decided to do it in here today as opposed to the ready room. I mainly because this didn't feel like a really great Lower Decks episode. I was going to say feel like a really great Star Trek episode, but it absolutely 100% was a fantastic Star Trek episode. Just I expect a little bit better or more from Lower Decks. Maybe that's on me. Maybe I shouldn't, but I definitely do. So yeah, it was for Lower Decks. It was okay. It was no, that's not even fair. For Lower Decks, it was good. It was really good. This could be a really good season 1 episode. I just feel with the final season and this interdimensional rift thing going on that there should be more going on this season. And I don't mind the smaller episodes. I genuinely like episodic format, but it's one of those things where the first episode was about the interdimensional, rift, and then they mention other ones in the next couple episodes, and then they kind of stopped doing that. Last episode was Starbase 80, and this one didn't have any kind of tie-in or link to the interdimensional fissures that were showing up. So have they stopped? Has the person who was creating them found what they wanted and they've stopped making them for whatever reason. And it's going to come to a head for sure because we see the multiple Harry Kims. So that interdimensional thing is definitely the overarching plot for this season, much like Nick Locarno was for the last season, the mystery ship. But I feel we got more with that because we actually got to see the ships get destroyed in various episodes, and then have that all culminate in that they were actually just abducted. So this one, you see a fissure on a pad, and it's like, oh, we got to go investigate this thing. They're popping up everywhere. It's missing something, and it's not a critique. It's not to throw any shade on the lower decks guys, because honestly they do really, really good work, and they are doing stuff that I really enjoy. And I'm not saying I don't like this episode. I know a lot of people are going to go away from this thinking, oh, he didn't like the episode. What an idiot. No, it was good. It was a fine, even season 1 of TNG, like mid-season episode. It has that vibe. I don't know how else to express it, because like I said with Lower Decks, it's a weird anomaly because we have to judge Lower Decks based on other Lower Decks, and I think there are much better Lower Decks episodes. As far as TNG goes, again, this is a mid-level TNG episode. It's just kind of all right. I mean, it's not like we didn't learn anything about any of the characters. I mean, T'Lyn was there for a hot second, which was great. Didn't see her last episode. It just feels like we got a little bit of a Boimler piece, which was fine. I love the joke about the alternate universe pad with like a 0.34 millimeter thicker bezel, and it's red. Oh yeah, that was kind of funny. We got some Tiana stuff, more Mariner, which is great. Mariner seeing something in another ensign, and even Ransom being like, sometimes all it takes is for someone to see something in an ensign to bring out the best in them. So we have moments. Am I making any sense? Or am I just rambling for the sake of rambling? Because I'm old. That's probably what it is. By the way, guys, 21 of you here and 8 likes. Hit that like button if you're just joining us. Really appreciate anyone that hits the like button. And I do appreciate all of you guys anyway. So hit the like button. Don't know why you wouldn't. Maybe because you don't like me. And that's fair. I just don't know why you wouldn't like me. And I don't like when people don't like me when they don't have a reason to not like me. If you do have a reason to not like me, let me know. I'd be interested in hearing it. Or not. Phoenix Gundam. Like Alice, Laurel is just a natural biological feature. Oh, the Laurel is just a natural biological feature, like Endorian antenna. Yeah. Mark Henson. Yeah, they seem to be introducing a lot of interesting characters here towards the end of the show. Well, spin-offs are always possible, yes, or movies. I thought of this last week when I saw the Starbase 80 stuff with the TOS aesthetic. I thought they really need to bring back Lower Decks in like a couple years with a new series, a spin-off series called Lower Decks the Previous Generation, a play on the Next Generation, because that's totally in the Lower Decks wheelhouse as far as their kind of comedy and stuff goes. I would love that. I would love to see a TOS or even like a movie era or a Lost era inspired Lower Decks. That would be kind of cool, right? So just bear with me one moment. Let's just get that flipped. We need to get the sand art going here. There we go. That's a good one. I like looking at the sand art when I talk. Orlandian production. Since Apollo's hand was in the intro and we had another of his species in this episode, I wonder if anything else in the intro fight scene is foreshadowing the last few episodes. Possibly. That'd be interesting. Because we got V'ger, Tholians. So that'd be cool. Phoenix Gundam. It is better than the last episode for me, but yeah, there should be more of a small connecting arc. And there kind of is. Like I said, we have heard about the interdimensional fissures and that they're a problem and they need to be investigated and scanned. Last episode, we Freeman was all on about this is where my alternate universe self was in command at Starbase 80, and the Starbase isn't going to get the best of me, right? This episode was the Boimler thing, right? Um, Boimler wanting to be a better version of himself by using the other Boimler's life essentially as a tool to get there, right? So it is mentioning it, but it's just not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to describe how I feel, and I hope I've kind of got that across somewhat. So, but I thought the last episode was much better for various reasons. Orlandian Productions, or sorry, Orion Landian Productions. To be fair, a few episodes, season 4 episodes, had no connection to the ongoing plot of last season as well. So I'm not surprised that some episodes aren't connected to the fissures. Yeah, you are absolutely correct, and I agree. Um, at least something from the alternate reality thing is being mentioned in every episode, so we got that at least right. So Phoenix Gundam, yeah, but remember we had theories about Locarno. Then it turned out he's just some random guy that's just coincidentally looks like Paris. Yeah, 100%. There were definitely a lot of great theories floating around for last season that didn't pan out, but that's fine. Mark Henson, my my thing is the show is almost over and I'm gonna immediately miss it. So I'm hoping the episodes pick up next week. Yes, I am right there with you. Me and Sam have said that after like the last 3 episodes. We said that last season a few times as well. And I hate saying things like that because Mike McMahon and his team are great. Like they really know what they're doing. And I hate having to feel like need to pick it up, guys. I just think we have too high a standard for Lower Decks at this point. They raised the bar so high on so many occasions that now it's like you gotta hit that, right? And I know that the end of the season is going to be spectacular. I guarantee it. Especially the last episode is going to probably blow everybody's mind and be a nice, fond farewell. But it's only 10 episodes, guys. You don't have 26 to play with. If there was 26 episodes, I would have no problem with an episode like this. And they're even just saying that, some people will hear that and think, "Oh, he's got a problem with this episode. He didn't like it." That's not the case. I enjoyed it just fine. I feel like I'm just talking in circles at this point. James Gundam says you do make sense. Well, that's good at least. I feel better, thank you. Joseph says Talin even showing up for a line in this one. Yeah, again, need more Talin. She's great, but Mark Lawrence, I wonder if Ollie will be instrumental in closing the rifts. Ooh, that would be interesting. How would her electrical power? Well, no, because Phillips did say you got away with electrical, whatever. I forget exactly what he said, but and yeah, her using the tractor beam to drain the other ships of power and enhance their shields at the same time. Who knows? Yeah, maybe her talents will come into play. I also kind of love the little joke about the Q. I don't want to be people being scared of me like the Q. And Mariner's like, yeah, to be fair, the Q aren't really scary. They're just kind of annoying, which is kind of funny because yeah, they're not really villains. They're just antagonists. So Grant McGregor, That Section 8 Boimler is going to bring Battle of the Beards. Yeah, I would like to see Section 31 Boimler as well this season. Ori and Landian Productions. I wonder if they will bring back Will Boimler at some point in the next few episodes. Hopefully that Section 31 Defiant. Yeah. I feel like we need some kind of closure in that regard. Not closure necessarily, but for him to make a reappearance, especially with that after credits scene of him joining Section 31. Unless I was a way to just say he's off to do better other things, we're not going to visit that character again. He's a mystery now, and he forever will be, which I could see Mike McMahon and team doing. So it's kind of hard to say. Power 543 fan film. Super chat your favorite thing about the episode. Hey, look, there's Sam. Joseph Barbato. I got my first not Eagle Moss from Fan Home last week. Yeah, I've seen a lot of them out there. They look pretty impressive. I don't have any. I don't have any on order. I might consider getting one or two, maybe to do a review of, because I did review a lot of the Eagle Moss stuff, but yeah. 21 people here, 17 likes, guys. Hit that like button. Do super chat in your thoughts on this episode if you would like to. I would love to hear them. But yeah, there really literally is not a lot to talk about with this episode. Small little things. When we filmed our review earlier, it was difficult for me to find stuff to talk about. And now, having watched it 3 times today, I have even less to talk about. I do kind of love the cube spuge on the wall. That's kind of disgusting. Leaving a mess is our kink. That was kind of funny. I mean, come on, that was funny. Phoenix Gundam. It is interesting that Lower Decks are bringing back godlike and energy beings to the main timeline story. Yeah, that's another thing I like too, is she's a demigod. Wow, that's not what Starfleet calls her, because God, right? But yeah, essentially, she is. I love that little Starfleet doesn't call them that, because it just makes sense for Starfleet, right? But yeah, we should have a battle of the superpowers, or the omnipotent beings like Hugh and these mythological god aliens and stuff like that. That'd be cool. There's enough of them. Bring back Trelane. Maybe Trelane. See, I think Trelane's probably a Q, but I would love to have a battle between some of them. That'd be kind of cool. Fucking dogs. Seriously. Must you snore? Yeah. Wow. Let's checking the snoring on there. Okay, seriously. You need to move, because the way you're laying, you're kind of restricting your airway there, dipshit. Sam says the new models are just too expensive, but if anyone wants to sponsor us to review one, ha. Not all about money, my friend. How many comments have you made here? 2, and each one's about sponsoring. 1 super chat and 1 sponsor us for Fan Home. Honestly, we haven't reached out to Fan Home to see if they would want us to do that, like we did with Eagle Moss. So, one of those things, man. Orion Landian Productions. Now that I think of it, I wonder if the Titan will reappear in the finale. Like Riker's Titan, or the new Titan? Maybe it's getting refitted right now. Maybe Shaw. I don't know. Probably not. they have promised a lot of legacy characters. Jack Quaid said there's like so many legacy characters this season, it's going to blow your mind. If they're saving them all for the last 2 episodes or something, that's fine with by me. But I kind of expected to see more interspersed throughout the season. Being the final season, it would have been cool. But I don't know. The Paradon. At least Mariner has a real brig buddy now. Yes. Phoenix Gundam. There was a massive fight between photonic cubes and spheres shooting up the place. Sure, there was nothing going on. Sure, there was nothing going on. Well, that's the other thing. Them blowing the shit out of the Cerritos. I mean, the briefing room got annihilated. The shuttle bay definitely got annihilated. And why did all the hit marks on the walls look like they had blood splatters around them? That was just kind of awful. Yeah. Grant McGregor, don't let the Borg assimilate Ollie. She would be quite in charge as queen in charge. Haha, funny. I did get a little giggle out of the spheres and the cubes leaving the ship and creating bigger things, and it's like, oh, they're so unoriginal. They just created bigger versions of cube and the sphere. That was kind of funny. And with all the little things inside the cube, it kind of looked Borg-like to me. Not just because it was a cube, but because of all the I don't know. It's kind of funny. Come on. Joseph says, maybe I can send you the ones I don't want. LOL. It seems so far going off the ones that the regular ones are the size of the XL Eagle Moss and the Fan Home XL, I assume, are just even bigger. I'm so confused by what you said. Maybe I can send you the ones I don't want. LOL. If you want to, sure, we can talk about it. It seems so far going off the ones that the regular ones are. Okay, the size of the XL Eagle Moss and the Fan Home XL, I assume, are just even bigger. Well, yeah, the pictures I've seen, the regular one's like a certain size, and then the XL's slightly bigger. It almost doesn't seem worth it in some instances. I don't know. I don't know how big the XLs are. I don't know the sizes of them. I don't know if the regular ones are the same size as the regular Eagle Moss stuff. They look bigger from pictures I've seen, but I don't know. Mark Henson, I like Peter David's take on Trelane and Q squared. Yeah, same. Sam says, "LOL, I was just saying to the other chap, they're cool models, but it's no longer the 10 pounds for one small model, or which era which it started." Yeah, I know. They were just getting ready to launch Eagle Moss in 2013 when I went to STLV with Sylvia before Trekyards existed, and they had their Eagle Moss booth there, and I wanted to sign up for it, and they weren't shipping to Canada, so I would have been getting them right from the beginning had I been able to sign up, but I didn't. And it took them forever to ship to Canada. Even after they started sending them to me to review, they still weren't shipping to Canada for regular customers. So I don't know. It just seems kind of odd. So if anybody knows anybody from Fan Home, let them know. We should probably just reach out to them. I should probably shoot off an email. I'm hoping to get a wand company tricorder for display or for review purposes, but they said that when I reached out to them, they said they'll let me know, and I haven't heard back yet. And they are going into production on December 28th, I believe. Those are going to be great, by the way, and they're not too expensive. So even if I will be buying one, but I'd love to get a review one. Just saying. So, classic snoring. Bring back Trelane. Donnie says, hello, Cap and all. Hope everyone is well, despite the passing of Richard D. James. No idea who that is. Orion Landon Productions. Who knows? Maybe next episode is the Oops, all Harry Kim's episode. I mean, possibly. possibly. I can't wait for that one. That's going to be funny. Hopefully he's got a big role in it and not just like a scene or two. I hope he's actually like an important character. That'd be kind of cool. Watch this. That's the resolution to who's making the interdimensional rifts. It's Harry Kim trying to find out if there's a dimension where he's not an ensign. Poor Harry Kim, man. He deserves better. Phoenix Gundam. I kept seeing YouTube short notifications with Tuvok, yet no episodes have shown him yet. YouTube short notifications with Tuvok. For Lower Decks? It'd be cool to have Tuvok in Lower Decks for sure. Grant McGregor, the snakes inside the giant cube was a joke to the old Windows screensaver. Yeah, 100%. They weren't snakes, they were pipes. But yeah. I'm sorry for the snoring. It's particularly bad tonight for some reason. Don't hate me. Daniel says, hi, Captain Foley. Did you see the Unification Star Trek vid that was released for the 30th anniversary of Star Trek Generations? It was so good. The way they brought back Kirk was so good. Bruh, look who you're asking, and obviously the answer is yes. We did a live on it the day after it came out, and Sam Witwer and Carlos and John and Leonidas all joined. So the director, the cinematographer, one of the visual effects guys, and the actor who portrayed Kirk were all in our live stream. So yeah, I think I might have heard about it. It was fantastic. Go check out our live stream. I bet they will use this improved tech to bring back Kirk soon in Trek. At least I hope. Well, yeah, it's more of a hope. Saying I bet they will, I don't know. I don't buy that. It would be cool, but Matt Boardman says, why is Sam not in bed? I don't know. This is just the way the world works, my friends. So yeah, I've given my views on this episode like right from the beginning of this live. So hopefully, and like I said, it felt like a lot of circuitous just talking and saying the same thing over and over again. So I don't know what else to say. Maybe I shouldn't have used the term circuitous. Circuitous. It's a little round. They don't like the number 10. It's too round. Circuitous. That's the word there. So I don't want to repeat it all again for anybody that's new just joining in. I would suggest going back and watching the beginning of this. But yeah, there's not a lot of meat on these bones. And here I go saying the same thing again, just to justify what I just said. It's good. It's a good episode of Star Trek. It's very mid-season TNG. Like I said, season 2, maybe episode 14, episode 16 of 26. It's a great episode. It's fine. Using the old tried and true trope, wow, of two warring factions who absolutely despise each other, two young people in love that know that their love is forbidden and will never be accepted, and then it brings those two. It's been done in TNG, it's been done in all Star Trek, it's been done in every goddamn form of media, I'm sure. Like I said, it's a tale as old as time, and it's Romeo and Juliet, right? So it was just fine though. It wasn't anything spectacular. It wasn't anything thrilling. The best thing for me was having the introduction of Ollie, a part god, like a demigod character. I thought that was cool. The Boimler stuff didn't bother me. I kind of liked it. I liked the moment between Rutherford and Tendi, where Tendi's like, "What's wrong with Boimler? He's acting kind of weird." Just the usual. So yeah. And the thing with the pad, it's 0.37 millimeters wider bezel. It's also red. Oh yeah. That was funny. Other than that, there's nothing that really stands out, except maybe, obviously, Mariner seeing something in Ollie, but also Ransom saying, all it takes for some bad ensigns or whatever is somebody that believes in them to bring out the best in them. I kind of love that Ransom line. So, Phoenix Gundam, or it's just Harry trying to get back to the original universe, his original universe. He always did feel weird that it was just a double living in the prime timeline with doubles of parents that weren't his. You're not wrong. And I could see Mike McMahon doing that 100%. While his actual parents in his universe believe their Harry is dead. Yeah. Yeah. Donnie, I understand the complaints from those, including my good friend Overlord DVD, who despise. Is that Doom Dick? Panic Pecker? I haven't heard Doomcock in fucking forever. I think that's Overlord DVD. I think that's another one of his names, maybe. I don't know. Who gives a shit? Anyway, despises Generations, but there was some good aspects of that movie that I love, including the score. Why would you despise Generations? I can see you're not liking Generations or not enjoying it as much. There's a lot of good stuff in Generations. Mark Lawrence says, more late night renders, I bet. That's why Sam is still up. Daniel, all hail the future ruler of Earth, Lord Doomdick. Well, we won't have that kind of bullshit talk on here. We're going to remove that shit. Mark Henson, oh yes, because in Deadlock, the Prime Kim was sucked into space. It was blown into space. Correction, blown out. Sometimes I forget about that. I mean, you shouldn't forget about it. Never forget. Hashtag never forget. Poor Ensign Kim and his fate. He is in fact dead. But yeah. Seems like Sam and Matt maybe took off, I guess. I don't know. Anyway. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on the episode. Is there anything specific you guys want to talk about? Let me know right now. We will chat about it. But like I said, I've said my piece. There's not much to go into on this one, honestly. There's just really not a lot to talk about, which is disappointing. And I'm going to clarify again, just because I said there's not a lot to talk about and it's disappointing. Doesn't mean it was a bad episode of Star Trek or Lower Decks. It's good. Almost every episode of Lower Decks is good Trek. It's just not. I just have a little bit of a higher standard and expectation from Lower Decks. Because I'm sure somebody's going to watch this and paraphrase, oh, Captain Foley hated this episode. No, I didn't at all. Not at all. Anyway. Matt's still here. Hashtag never forget the real Harry Kim. Daniel says 2025 will be the 30th anniversary of Star Trek Voyager. I hear that there might be a Janeway show. Would you like to see a Janeway show? Well, there's already a Janeway show. It's called Prodigy. The Janeway show. I've never heard rumors or whisperings of a Janeway show. Would I want a Janeway show? I don't know what that would entail necessarily, so I'm not sure. But because next year's the 30th anniversary of Voyager, that's why we're getting the Voyager documentary. So Matt Berman said, fun episode, not a lot that happened that moved the needle. It was a safe episode. It's like a safe word. Yes. Of Gods and Angles. It's a great title, too. At first, I misread it, and I misread the title. I made the folders for it and put Of Gods and Angels, because that's what I thought it said, because I'm dyslexic and stupid. And then when I started watching it and it came up of gods and angles, I'm like, oh, so I had to go change all my shit on my computer. Oh, Matt, I gotta send you something, don't I? Shit. Matt, let me know when you need that by. I can probably send it right after this live. I'd have to just run downstairs and do that. That's probably why you're here. You're like, he didn't send it to me. I gotta go bug him on his live to remind him. And that's fair. When do you need it by? The spheres did remind me of the spheres on Futurama that went on about bouncing. Yes, 100%. Other than for Boimler, who also have a cat scratch fever. Yeah. Mark Henson, I hope they don't cancel Prodigy. Give us at least 2 more seasons of that. That'd be great. I showed up because I can tonight. Oh, nice. Look, Matt's here of his own volition. Donnie, my good friends at Strange New Pods are doing a live review of this week's Lower Decks as well. Very nice. As soon as is possible would be great. Oh, okay, fine. When I'm done this live, give me 5 minutes and then message me and say, yo, dipshit, I need the thing. And then I'll go down and send it. Okay? Because I will forget. Because I'm an idiot. I'll do a little bit more live and then I'll close out and then I'll take the dogs outside and then I'm going to forget. So I need a reminder. I was going to do it before the fucking live started. I had enough time. Sorry, Matt. Daniel's Hot Topics. Also, 2026 will be the 60th anniversary of TOS, the 10th anniversary of Star Trek Beyond, the 30th anniversary of First Contact, and the 40th anniversary of Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home. Yep, that's why I plan to go to Vegas in 2026, but we'll see. I don't know if that's still going to be a thing. Rachel class tonight. Love you. Haha. Thank you, Matt. Matt Boardman, it's all good. You were spending time with your wife. I understand. Indeed. Indeedly doodly. So yeah, I don't know. What else do you guys want to talk about in regards to this episode? I don't want to drag this live out to 2 hours because it doesn't need to be. We're already at 43 minutes and I'm done talking about it. It's not uncommon for a lot of newer Trek to kind of be that way with my first reactions, but I can usually talk at least an hour about Lower Decks. And you guys aren't really talking about the episode because there's not much to talk about. So you're kind of proving my point. Vintage Computer Custodian. Hello, Captain. I've not seen it yet. Clicks like. Well, thank you. Thank you for clicking like. Drop a super chat. Somebody, anybody. We haven't had one yet tonight. That'd be awesome. But again, you don't have to. I don't really care. Just saying. Mark Henson. I thought one of my favorite moments was Anna pulling light bolt energy constructs out of Boimler's asshole. That's a weird kink. Kinkier than leaving a mess. The cube splooge on the wall. I don't know, it's just ew. Phoenix Gundam, damn, that is not much to talk about. It's really not. I'm kind of at a loss. So let's start the food talk early for the last 20 minutes. And Boimler learned nothing. The end. Well, he did learn something, and so did Rutherford. They learned that being yourself isn't cool. You need to emulate somebody better than you. Even a parallel version of yourself. That was kind of funny. That's not the lesson we take away from this. You can't copy someone else's life. Yes, we can. That was fun. That was hilarious. But no, I liked Ensign Ollie. Would love to see more of her. Love the little Laurel thing. That was really cool. I love the explanation for that as well. But it's just a shame that she's introduced. And fuck, there's only 4 more episodes left, man. It's like, seriously. Five seasons in the streaming landscape is like kind of the norm, and that's so disappointing to me. I wish it was like the old back in my day, that. I wish it was that, because honestly, I could use another at least 2 seasons, another 2 seasons of Lower Decks easily. I would love more than that. I mean, it's a show that can keep on giving and be good. And I think that's the other thing. I might be judging this with a more critical eye and being a little harsher on this kind of storytelling from Lower Decks because this is the final season and we only have 4 episodes left. So I don't know. It's still good Trek. It's a good, safe, as Matt said, it's a good, safe story to tell in Star Trek. And it's not like it's an original story. Like I said, it's a tale as old as time. It's one of the oldest tropes in storytelling. Rival factions and the young folk fall in love with each other, and it's forbidden love, and the parents will never understand, so they have to hide their love. And then when it's revealed that they've had a baby, it unites the 2 sides every goddamn time. So what was really new here? A demigod joining Starfleet? Yes. But Starfleet doesn't call them demigods. I like that. That was funny. That was good. Matt Boardman, kind of the norm and kind of very annoying, especially since we only get 10 episodes per season. Yeah. Hashtag justice for Ensign Allie. It's not Allie, it's Ollie. It's Olly is her name. Mark Lawrence, these last 2 episodes, I've got to say it. They drew Ollie and Knox with just the right thickness. LOL. Mark, my boy. Hell yeah. What do you mean Knox, though? Do you mean Cassia from the last episode? Because the Elorian was Cassia in the Starbase 80 episode. And yes, sir, you are correct. Classic for real. Google says I've sent a super chat that isn't showing up. Well, screw Google. Might have to sign out and sign back in. I don't know, Classic. Phoenix Gundam. I'm pretty sure the voice of the Cube and Sphere Baby was just one of the kids of the voice crew, like Moopsie. Probably. Classic for real. Lower Decks has the prettiest and most thumbnailable woman. Speaking of kinks, pretend this is a $5 super chat. Thank you, Classic for real, for the $5 super chat. Whew. That was awesome. Thumbnailable. Even just nailable woman. There, I said it. Matt Berman says Scroogle. Is that a cross between Scrooge and... I don't even know. What are you trying to say? Scroogle? Classic for real, I've signed out and back in 6 times. Seriously. Well, I don't know what's going on then. Sorry about that, man. Mark Henson, I'm glad that they make such great tried and true traditional Trek episodes, like you said, but this close to the end, I want to see some kind of massive interdimensional story that crosses over. Read my mind. Yes, totally agree with that. You didn't read my mind because I've been saying that for the past hour, but yes, that's exactly what I want as well. Because you said screw Google. Oh, Scroogle. That's funny. Sorry, my brain is in a special place where angles fear to tread. Oh my god. Bruh. That would have been a good tagline for this thumbnail too. The thumbnail for this video was made by Matt Boardman, who's here. He also comes up with a lot of the taglines for them. I mean, we all kind of contribute tagline ideas, but Matt's are some of the best. He's really good at it. Where angles feel like fruit to tread. That's just fucking awesome. Oh my god. I love it. Classic for real. This hot Ollie chick versus this other chick versus the hot chick from Starbase 80 review. Thumbnail. Review Vivid? Vivid thumbnail? What do you mean? Hold on just 1 second. Bad idea to do that. Whoa. Don't worry, I'm still here. Playing with my sand art. It's fucking awesome. Anyway, Daniel says it's the 40th anniversary of Nightmare on Elm Street. Nice. Classic for real. Make a thumbnail with all 3 of these women being cute together, and I swear I will do a $50 super chat. Phoenix Gundam, poor Ollie now has to face the horror of Regulation 34. Maybe I'm stupid, but I don't know what Regulation 34 is. Review, sorry. Android and OS obviously hate fat thumbs. Really should file an American with Disabilities complaints. RJB 1714. If anything else, what is your thoughts on Transformers 1 if you've seen it yet? Well, we have to use to it. Did I miss quiet being yelled at? Did I miss quit being yelled at? See, you spelled quit. I think you mean quiet. There you go. Correction. No, I haven't yelled at him tonight. I called him an idiot before I started the live because he was being loud before I started, but no. But going back to RJB, okay, I could do a whole fucking live talking about Transformers 1. It was fucking phenomenal. I didn't see it in theater, and I wish I would have because it underperformed in theater. I would have seen it 2-3 times in theater. It was fucking great. Top-notch Transformers. It is fucking amazing. It's funny. It's well-paced. It's well-acted. It's well-written. It is just a phenomenal piece of Transformers lore. Mind blown. It was so good. When I first heard the concept of it, I was like, okay, I'll walk you through the process. I first heard that they were doing a Transformers movie that was all on Cybertron. And after we saw Bumblebee that had the Cybertron part, but like live action, even though it was CG, I thought it was going to be a live action, all on Cybertron Transformers. I was in 100%. Then it said it's animated. And I'm like, ugh. That's disheartening. Then I found out it was about Orion Pax and D16 before they became Megatron, or Optimus and Megatron. And I was like, ugh. It's gonna be fucking stupid. It was none of those things. It was not stupid. It was not a letdown. It was phenomenal, top-notch movie. I love that movie so much. It's just great. We need more. Sadly, though, it did underperform. So they don't really have faith in it. I don't know if we'll get another one. But one of the people that helped write that script was Aaron Waltke, who, of course, as you guys know, has written a lot of the episodes of Prodigy and is a fantastic human being. So kudos to him and the writing team of that movie, because they really nailed it. They nailed the characters, the feel of the characters, everything. I could do a whole live talking about Transformers 1 and doing a breakdown of it, because I absolutely loved it. I've only seen it twice. I need to see it more. But yeah, I thought it was fucking great. Top marks. Classic Fredo, LOL. I was seriously and sincerely hoping you would get a laugh of the last comment, Stuart. Well, I did. I don't know if I laughed out loud, but I did laugh internally. I'm still laughing internally. It hurts. It's hurting my head. Phoenix Gundam. I meant Rule 34. I was just trying to say. Oh yeah, absolutely. Rule 34 is great. Matt Borman says, "Amen. I loved it. Yeah, 100%. Fantastic movie." Phoenix Gundam. Everyone did say Transformers 1 was surprisingly good. Yeah. Mark Henson. I still haven't seen Transformers 1. Is it a new universe? No. It actually ties up and lines in beautifully with G1. It has nothing to do with Michael Bay's stuff, but it's a good prequel to G1. The Transformers universe and timeline is all fucked and screwed, just like the Star Trek one. When I get to my shelf by shelf series, there's this shelf in particular that's all Transformers. There's also some other Transformers over this way that you can't see. But yeah, this one, there's a lot of wonky stuff with the Transformers universe. This one can definitely be a prequel to G1 Transformers easily. No problem. Classic for real. My conspiracy theory is Paramount made Transformers 1 intentionally underperformed to entice people to sign up for Paramount Plus. Literally the day I got on Paramount Plus, I received a ton more promotion than it did in cinema. Yeah, it didn't get good marketing leading up to its theatrical release, which is sad. A lot of people didn't even know about it. Still don't. And it's criminal is what that is. Mark Lawrence, $5. Still just listening while packing. Hey, Mark. You're the man. Thank you so much for the super chat. Much appreciated. I mean, still here. Perfect. Classic for real, $2. Please work, Google. Google worked. You got a $2 super chat in there, so thank you. Mark Henson, cool. Yeah, Aaron Waltke wrote one of my favorite very short treks, Holograms All the Way Down. The Weary Night. Hey, Cap. Hope you are doing well. My dad just had a heart transplant, and we both love your videos. Just wanted to say hi. Thank you. And hope your dad is doing well. Say hi for me. And yeah, take care of yourselves, guys. Speedy recovery and all that. And thank you for watching and tuning in. And I appreciate you guys. So take care of yourselves and each other. What am I, Jerry Springer now? Probably. It's funny because when I first met Sylvia, how long ago? 14, 15 years ago. When I first met her brother-in-law, Mike, he said to Sylvia that I look like Jerry Springer. I mean, kind of. I mean, but this is like 15 years ago. I was younger. Anyway, funny story nobody cared about. So check that one off the bingo card, I guess. But yeah, hope your dad's doing well. Hope everything goes well with recovery. And like I said, say hi and hello to you as well. Much appreciated that you enjoy the content. I really like hearing that. Speaking of, if you're a G.I. Joe fan, check out my Captain Foley personal channel tomorrow. have a release coming out that you might be interested in. The HasLab G.I. Joe classified Dragonfly helicopter. Check it out. Joseph Barbato, didn't they tie in Beast Wars to G1? They did. Beast Wars is also top-notch fucking Transformers storytelling. I got a long history with Beast Wars. I hated Beast Wars when it first came out because I was like, you know what? They're using computers or CGI. You can create those G1 Transformers and them look fantastic in CGI. But no, they make these fucking animals. And then it tied into G1 and it got really good story-wise. So I went back and watched all the other ones, and Beast Wars is one of my favorite Transformers series. So is Transformers Prime. It is so well written and animated as well. Fantastic. But yes, they did tie Beast Wars in, and it makes perfect sense. It's a fantastic idea and a fantastic story. So yes. But there's a lot of wonkiness, like I said, with the Transformers universe and timelines. A lot's happened, not only in comic book form, but in different media over the years. And so it's not a clear cut and dry timeline. It's one of those issues, right? So classic for real. Reading the room, it's feeling like Lower Decks has a major we know it's the final season syndrome. Feels like they don't know that. And I don't think they did, because they already had I think they're already in production. They had the stories written, and then they found out that it was going to be the final season. So I think they might have tweaked one or two things in the last episode or two, but these were already on the drawing board. So Grant McGregor, heads up, the next episode is an undercover girls episode. Will not complain. Love seeing the girls out doing their thing. Mark Henson, yeah, I love the DVDs of the 84 series and Beast Wars and Beast Machines. I had Gary Chuck, David Kay, and Michael Bell sign them. Yeah, I got to hang out with Gary Chuck at one of the Transformers conventions in Toronto a few years ago. Fantastic guy. But yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of Beast Machines. Beast Machines kind of let me down a little bit. It was some intriguing ideas there, but it was not as good as Beast Wars by any stretch of the imagination. I could talk about Transformers forever, and I really haven't done many Transformers videos. We're talking about Transformers, and I really should. That being said, I could also talk about Sherlock Holmes forever, and I've never really talked about Sherlock Holmes. All this shit. So, anyway. Classic for real, $5. Literally every Trekyards live since Picard Season 3 has always cheered me up right when I needed it. Whether it's Sam or Stuart solo, here's $5 USD to that. Thank you, Classic for real. And that I really appreciate. I love hearing that people enjoy the content, and I'm making a difference to somebody. I still don't know what I want to do when I grow up. This is pretty fun to do, and I'm glad that people enjoy it and people can feel at ease. So I really appreciate hearing that kind of thing. So thank you. Matt Boardman, Transformers Prime really is top notch. Yes, it is. It's friggin' great. Joseph says Beast Wars is top notch, but Beast Machines is trash. I wouldn't say Beast Machines is trash. It's just, here's Beast Wars, and then you take 1, 2, 3, stumble 4 steps down, and then you got Beast Machines. It's still better than like fucking Transformers Armada or fucking Transformers, all the other fucking stupid anime type Transformers ones that came out. I don't even know them all because they're just fucking stupid. I should do a ranking of all the Transformers series. I just can't think of the names right now. But yeah, Transformers Robots in Disguise, Transformers Armada. They're fucking garbage. I just can't stand them. Classic for real. I've been telling people Beast Wars is literally the Deep Space Nine of Transformers. Trust me, the parallels are there. Dinobot is really Garrick, and Primal is totally Cisco. You're not wrong. You're absolutely correct. And much like DS9, a lot of people are hesitant to watch Beast Wars because the CGI just doesn't look so great. CGI is fine. It doesn't look bad at all. Once you get used to it, it's friggin' great, honestly. But yeah, I don't want to watch an old animated show because I can't get past the animation. Well, then you're missing out on some phenomenal storytelling and writing and character development. That show just is so good with its character development and writing. It's not even funny. So I hate that people miss out on things because they don't fucking want to watch it. It's the same issue that Prodigy and Lower Decks has, to be honest. I don't want to watch it because it's animated. It's for fucking kids. You fucking moronic hillbilly fucking hick. I can't stand people like that are that fucking closed-minded that they don't give something a chance. If I hate something and generally hate it, I at least know about it. I at least have watched some of it, or if not all of it, some of it, and know that I hate it and why I hate it. But to not give something a chance because it's animated, that's just fucking dumb. One of my favorite animated movies, or CG animated movies, is Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. I know, it's not a great movie. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I love the concept, I love the premise, I love the CGI work in it. It's fucking great. It's a guilty pleasure. It's something I don't like to admit to a lot of people because Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within is kind of shit. It's not though. It's good. Again, most people that say that haven't watched it or given it a try because, the uncanny valley of the characters. You get used to it when you watch it. It becomes like a stylized. It it's just driving me nuts. I gotta do a rant alert. I gotta do more rant alerts. For the love of God, do more rant alerts, Foley. Anyway, I'm gonna stop now before I give myself a headache. Daniel's hot topics. Is it just me or is Star Trek running out of ideas? No, it's just you. Star Trek is not running out of ideas. Mark Henson, your Beast Wars experience is similar to mine. I didn't like it at first until I realized it was linked to the original. And then you go back and watch it, and it's fucking great. Terrence Child's original Transformers was best. Was it though? I mean, because I grew up with it, yeah. But I have a hard time going back and watching a lot of G1 episodes now. Some of them are all right. Some of them are like, what the fuck is going on? What were they thinking? What? It's just, it's one of those things. When you're a kid, you don't realize it. You have this nostalgia for it. You grow up with it. And then for years, you don't see it because it's not on any TV shows or any TV channels you watch or anything. It's off the air. And it's like, okay, you get this nostalgia like, oh yeah, Transformers was good. I have the toys. There are a lot of good memories. And then you go back and watch it when it's available on DVD or streaming, and you're like, was this really good? Or was I just a stupid kid? I still love Transformers regardless. So, classic for real. Beast Machines is the discovery of Transformers, made the model for Discovery to follow even. No, that's not at all correct. Daniel says Beast Wars and Beast Machines were great. Beast Wars was fucking phenomenal. Beast Machines was, okay. This was the same writing team. They tried to maintain a story, but wasn't a big fan of the character models. And they fucking nerfed one of my favorite characters, and that's Rat Trap. He was just such a moron in Beast Machines, and he looked so stupid. I hated his fucking robot mode. But whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Classic for real. Oh, forgot Rat Trap is totally O'Brien and Rhinox is totally Bashir. I think that's the other way around, friendo. I think Rhinox is definitely O'Brien. And Rat Trap. Rat Trap has a lot of Garrick-like qualities. That deserves a whole conversation, comparing the two, if you really wanted to do that. Terrence Shell says, I agree with you 100%. As you should. That's why you're here. I'm just kidding. Joseph Barbado, wasn't there one called Transformers Energon? Yes, there was. That's also stupid. Beast Wars stories were great, yep. Classic for real. It probably helps that both Beast Wars and DS9 runs almost perfectly overlap, so it's hard to ignore the parallels playing out in real time. Yeah. Terrence Shell's cartoons from the 80s and 90s was excellent. Okay. Joseph says, LOL, we turned the first reaction to a rant alert, as you tend to do sometimes. I have to be in the mood to rant. I have to, and I find it difficult to sit down and plan to do a rant alert. They just kind of not happen organically. I need somebody to go through my lives and clip my rant alerts from my lives and post them as separate videos. That's what needs to happen. Matt says, I know some people who worked on that Final Fantasy movie, Final Fantasy movie. That's cool. No, it's one of my favorite. I don't want to say one of my favorite movies. It's one that I really enjoy watching. It's got a nice visual style to it that I really appreciate. Terrence Shells, how do you feel about Gundam? I don't really give a flying fuck about Gundam. Don't know much about it. Got some cool tech, I guess, but honestly, anime for me, most anime is really fucking boring. That's just how I feel about it. So it's hard for me to get into. So, not a fan. Classic for real. The Spirits Within is really good if you don't know what Final Fantasy is or don't give a shit about it being called Final Fantasy. Well, exactly. Exactly. It shouldn't it shouldn't have been called Final Fantasy, but there's a whole legal reason why it was, and that was why it was so much different. All Final Fantasies are kind of like an anthology anyway. They don't really necessarily tie into each other. But yeah. Daniel says Final Fantasy The Spirits Within was awesome. I love that movie. I wish I bought it back in the day. I have it. I have it on DVD. I don't know if there's a Blu-ray of it. If there is, I should get it. Joseph, let's do a rant alert on Transformers and its messed up timeline. Well, that would take a lot of. I'd need to refresh my brain on a lot of that stuff. And talking about the shows is ranty enough, even though I don't know all the specifics of all the shows, because I didn't follow them all 100%. I just saw enough to know that I didn't like it, and that would be enough of a discussion. And they don't all tie into each other because that would just there's just so many things that just don't make sense for Transformers. Terrence Childs, Gundam is an excellent cartoon series. I am a huge fan. I haven't seen Gundam Freedom yet, but I'm going to. Is that the new one on Netflix? Because I considered giving that a watch. It looked pretty cool. But I do have, well, no, it's a Robotech book. I have a Robotech book of Robotech the Visual Archive, where it's got like a lot of concept sketches and facts on the mechs and stuff like that. And Robotech and Gundam, I think there's a whole story there that I don't 100% know, but Mark Henson, I still love watching Transformers the movie. It's still the best. The soundtrack rocked, and I still started to get tears in my eyes when I see it. I like the first like 20 minutes of that. I'm really invested in it, and then I kind of get bored of it. But yeah, I will sit down occasionally and throw in Transformers the movie, and it's the first bit's so jazzy. It's like yeah, I'm so into this, and then by halfway through, I'm kind of like. I enjoy it. I watch it, but it's the anticipation of putting it in and watching the first it's just that's great, and then it kind of wears off. Karen Shells, please tell me you don't feel that way about G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe is an excellent cartoon that everybody should still watch, and I still watch it. And I love the action figures and stories. G.I. Joe, I think, is better storytelling, somewhat. Um, all of those old cartoons, Thundercats, G.I. Joe, Transformers, all that kind of shit, have good episodes. Don't get me wrong. There's some good episodes. There's a lot of memorable moments. There's a lot of shit episodes, too. It's kind of like Star Trek. Every Star Trek series has some shit episodes. Um, but a lot of them just don't make a lot of sense. A lot of the as a kid, I used to be a way bigger um, I wouldn't say way bigger GI Joe fan. I had a lot of GI Joe toys. My parents bought me a lot of GI Joe stuff. I didn't have a lot of Transformers. I never got an Optimus Prime toy. So I think GI Joe was bigger for me as a kid. Now that I'm an adult, I like Transformers better. And I've since made up for my parents never buying me an Optimus Prime because I have like 2 shelves of just Optimus Primes when they're out on display. I've kind of bought a lot of Optimus Primes. And now I collect Transformers over G.I. Joe stuff. But that being said, tomorrow I have a new video coming out on my personal channel of a new G.I. Joe thing. So check it out. Go watch it. Classic for real, $5. Here's to fund a Beast Wars versus DS9 parallel video. Yeah. Daniel says, I would say Dinobot from Beast Wars is more like Garrick. All I said was Rat Trap has a lot of Garrick-like qualities. But yes, as we established earlier in the conversation, yes, Dinobot is more of the Garrick analog, for sure. That's all. Classic for real. When Spirits Within came out, I got blue in the face explaining to people that Final Fantasy doesn't have connections to itself and you don't need to play any of them to understand the movie. Yeah. I heard everyone hates the Netflix Gundam. Oh, really? Matt Boardman, ooh, do you think you'll use that video I sent you anytime soon? I mean, I could. How does that tie into what we're talking about, though? Just wondering if I missed something because yeah, I would love to use that video soon. I need a few more though. But I really like the one you sent. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I know the flyby. I know what you're talking about. I just don't know what context I'll be using it in because last time I used it was in my Toys R Us video where I was traveling, and it wasn't. You hadn't got me that one by that time. So it'll be but I'm going somewhere video. We'll see. I'll use. Don't worry, I'll use it. Mark Henson, Robotech, Cowboy Bebop, Star Blazers, and some of the Gundam is very good sci-fi anime. Terrence Childs, I haven't even seen it yet. How can anyone hate the new Gundam show, Gundam Freedom? Batman the Animated Series is great. I still have it on DVD and I'm going to watch it as soon as I can. Yes, Batman the Animated Series is phenomenal. Yes. Mark Henson, I enjoy it, but yes, I see what you mean. It kind of wears out because it kills Gen 1 in the first half of the movie, bringing us into Gen 2, which wasn't necessarily as good. It's not even that. It's not even that they killed the G1 characters and it became G2. It's just that the story kind of drags in a few spots. It picks up again, but there's some epic moments and just the nostalgia of, I'm watching this, I haven't watched this in years, put it in. It's like, yeah. Cool. Okay, here we go. It's one of those. It's just in my mind. That's how I see it. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. Classic for real. Get the Lego Optimus Prime. You won't regret it, Stuart. Bruh. Classic. I have that. I got it for Christmas last year. I did a video where I built it on my personal channel. On YouTube, type in Captain Foley Lego Optimus Prime, and you'll find the video. It's behind me to my right in every Trekyards video because it's downstairs on my desk. You probably can't see it because it's out of frame with the way Sam frames things, but it's there. Mark Henson, Wheeljack's body was shown, but we never see him die. Such a damn tragedy. Yeah. Classic for real. Even just the superficial parallels between Beast Wars and DS9 really make you wonder and think, or is it just common threads due to really good writing? Probably common threads due to really good writing and just kind of the nature of storytelling at the time, because everyone said that DS9 was a rip-off of Babylon 5, and I've seen side-by-side comparison charts of all the things that are similar. Might be a more direct rip-off, the Babylon 5 DS9 thing, I'm not sure, but I don't know. Matt Borman, it will never cease to amaze me that they thought killing Optimus Prime was okay because no one would care. I know, right? And that saved Duke from in the G.I. Joe movie because he died, technically. But they added in a line of dialogue. And Duke's going to be okay. He's out of his coma. Because everybody, a lot of parents got pissed that Optimus Prime died and upset their children. So, fun facts. Terrence Childs, the reason why cartoons suck today is because of politics. Everything is political nowadays. Whatever happens, or plain simple greed. Cartoons used to be about selling toys, not about a political agenda. Yeah. Classic for real. I remember watching that video now, bruh. Really? Really? Because there'll be a quiz on it. So you may want to go back and rewatch it. Optimus is my number one and my number one overall Transformer. You've got the touch. You've got the. There's a lot of little in jokes like that as well in Transformers 1. Alita says to Orion Pax, she's like, you don't have the touch and you don't have the power. There's some great moments like that refer back to some G1 stuff. As a real, I am forced to conclude that I'm a weirdo since when everybody else is thinking DS9 versus Babylon 5, I'm instead thinking DS9 versus Beast Wars. Transformers is among the few things I love best about Hasbro so far. Yes. All right, we're way off base here. We're way off track. I don't want to talk about this episode anymore. That being said, tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time where we review it. It's fine. It's a good episode, but it's just not spectacular. Sounds like some people out there might want me to do a video talking about Transformers, maybe a live discussion talking about the Transformers series, what they remember, what they like, what they don't like. I would love to do that. I think that'd be fun. Although that would be over on my personal channel, Captain Foley's personal channel. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe. And like I said, check out my G.I. Joe video that I have coming out tomorrow. But on that note, I think I should probably call it quits for this evening. I need to go send something to a friend of mine who's in the chat, so I don't forget. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Tune in tomorrow for our edited review and our live, and of course, content over the weekend, content all the time. Trekyards, hey, and Captain Foley personal channel, which one of our awesome moderators, so there's only one in the chat right now, should put the link in, but they probably won't. If they don't put the link in, I won't send them the thing that I need to send them. Can a mod drop a link to Stuart's channel? Thank you, Classic for real. Thank you for asking. I liked it. I give it a 6 out of 10. Does anyone besides me remember the GoBots? Oh yeah. Leader 1 and Scooter and Psykill. Yeah, man. I used to love the GoBots. Not as much as the Transformers. Actually, I think I liked them more when I was younger, GoBots, than I liked Transformers. And I had a lot more GoBots. They were a lot more affordable, except for the big ones. There were some expensive ones. But yeah, I had a lot of GoBots. Still do. Got to see a guy about a horse. Yeah, Challenge of the GoBots. Yep. Link to Captain Foley's personal channel. There it is. Matt Boardman. Thank you, sir. Bribes. Give me my shit, or I won't give you your shit. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic night. It's Captain Foley signing off. Sorry my dogs are stupid and snorry, and now they're whining because they hear me saying goodbye, and they know that it's time to go outside. They're stupid. So I apologize. But I love you guys. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks for your thoughts on Transformers 1. I'm already subscribed to your personal channel. Keep an eye out over there because I will do a live some night talking about Transformers, and I would love to have you join us. So anyway, have yourselves a fantastic night, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.